Hey everybody, with all the crap going on, I figured it was time to take another trip back in time and do some fun stuff. Take our mind off crappy stuff. Uh, First of all, thanks everybody for your tips and ideas and help with the other video. I posted whatever day that was. I'm losing track of days here. Uh, Good ideas really helped. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And second of all, before we get started here, looking at some stuff from the past, a couple old boxes and maybe a magazine or something, I got to say thanks to Neiman over there at Captain Nemo Model Zone. Sent me a card. Very cool card. Got some very cool cars on there, if you ask me. I like them all. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking maybe he's a Chevy guy, because yeah, they're all Chevys, which is alright with me, because I'm kind of a Chevy guy too. But some cool stuff. Thank you, Neiman, very much. I appreciate that. And then I got another card also, which is a pretty cool card. And the reason why, first of all, this is from Mark over there at Blue Street Customs, and very cool card. He has a cool channel, lots of cool stuff, but the card just so happens to have my two favorite cars on it, because it's a double-sided card, and that's a 70 Chevelle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, as you all know, my favorite muscle car. And I'm thinking that started as a 32, or maybe it ended as a 32. I don't know, but that's a 32 grill, I'm pretty sure. So very cool card, very cool. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate this very much. Another channel you guys need to go check out if you haven't already. Very cool stuff. Yeah, I like his what he says there. Build it your way. That's what it's all about. So little address there for Gmail. So go check him out. And then I got I thought we'd change sizes here, and we do a little looking at some 1/32 scale stuff. I don't build a lot of this. I only built like one or two. But any of these old 1/32 scale hot rod stuff, and if the price is right, I'll buy it. So this one here is a built one. My friend bought me this when he was back east visiting his dad. And you know, they're simple, basic little kits. This one's just how he bought it. It's missing a few things, but he knows I like the 32s. And he knows I like the older stuff, so he bought that for me. And it's got a pretty cool box. It's not crazy old, but it looks like 75, I'd say, right there. Which, you know, I don't like to think that's that old, because that's the year before I graduated, but evidently I graduated a long time ago. But that's a neat box. Then there's another one here that I had to get because very cool box art. Very cool. And a little bit of talk on their words there about it. Yeah, this is a 61, and it's got a few parts in it. Let's see what's in it here. It's got the instructions, which is cool. I need to put those with my vintage instructions. That's a neat little picture of it built. You know, these are pretty simple little kits, fun to build. Instructions were pretty cool because pictures of the actual model as they were building it, which is kind of cool. I got the little figure guy there telling you what to do. But very neat, very neat instructions. And there's some more of it. And it's, as you can see, there's not much to it. Mostly I bought it for the box. it's got parts from a car of some kind, and something red and something yellow, and a 40 Ford hood and 1/32 scale. But it's got the engine in there. But it's just a cool old box. Got a good deal on, so I had to get it. Then there was another cool old box. I think I bought these both at the same time because they have the same sticker price on it that the guy put on it. Just cool box art there, kind of basic all the way around. This one here is from 61. Where is it? There it is. Pretty neat. Nothing in that one. Then I got this one. This is a pretty cool old box too. Lindberg kit. And there's some stuff in this one, so I thought we'd dump it out real quick. Take a look at it. It's got the instructions in it also. So there, put the decals. Our extra parts in kit for customizing, just in case you didn't know. It's got all the different languages, even for back then, which is kind of cool. See right there, English and all that other stuff. I flunked learning other languages in high school, but pretty basic, quick instructions here. You just zip right down here in 4 steps, you're all done. That's kind of interesting. I'm assuming this is early 60s somewhere. I'm not seeing a date anywhere. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Let's dump this out real quick before we get to, if it dumps out. There we go. I don't know, this one might be complete. That's, you can see the box art on this kind of got, but oh, look at this. That's cool. Yeah, I'd take all of those, especially that one. But these are all pretty cool too. Great box art, man. Great box art for back in the day. A little edgy there, but that's why I got a good deal on it. But this one, you know, if I want to do another 1/32 scale, it looks pretty much, it might be all here. I got the fenders, I got the radiator and a valve cover and a little teeny fan belt. Somebody tried working on the engine here. Those are loose, so we can fix that. And there's another fender. Oh yeah, we got all the fenders. That's good. And there's the seat. And well, we got one tire, so I could put like some 1/24 scale on there and make it like has 20 folds on it or something. Got the rear suspension. Got the headers and one wheel. And then there's another motor half. And interesting. Might have to scrounge around for parts that will work on that to make it work. But that's a neat old kit. Pretty nice, really. Is there a date on there? No. I'm sure it's 60 somewhere, but whatever. Anyway, if you guys remember a couple trip back in times ago videos, we looked at this, and there was a part 1 of building the editor of this magazine's real 32 Roadster. So we saw part 1 they were doing with the big deuce. So I thought we better check out part 2 of the build. And there it is. Remember, that's the big scale, the big deuce. So it should turn out pretty good. But let's check this out real quick. Go through this. We ain't got nothing else to do. It's a Tuesday morning. Having coffee, looking at old magazines. Don't get any better than that. Or if you guys are working when you got home from work, you'll be checking this out. And also is part 2 of a Bugatti build that was in the first video. So a lot of this is just the same ads like in the last. in the last issue we looked at. This is issue number 2 of when this Rod and Custom model started. So, and that's the same ad, advertising that again, and we talked about that trophy and the model. It's a trophies made after that guy's model. Very cool car though. You know, and there's the same, pretty much the same ad, and there they're using the first issue to advertise. And there's the Blue Beetle, which is a very cool kit. Been reissued a million times, but just something about that first one, you know. I think we saw that ad in the last one. Used to have that model. And then here's some new stuff. We did a box opening on that a couple of videos ago. Neat old kit. Strombecker British Racing Green. I didn't know they made their own paint. That's kind of cool. See, you learn something all the time here. International racing colors, in case you want to build a race car from a country, you need to know what their racing colors are. And building a slot car drag strip, which is kind of cool. Telling you how they do it. Slot cars, remember, were huge back in the early 60s, man. It was just crazy. It almost knocked model cars right off the shelf. There it is. Check that drag strip out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Slot cars, I don't know if they're back like they were, but there's a lot of slot car tracks around now. Really nice places. But that's another hobby that, if I had the money, I would be into. Here's Revell. They're visiting Revell. And there's the guys designing and building the prototypes and designing. And yeah, man, there's a lot involved into a kit, making a kit, especially a new tool. So, you know, you got to understand to some point why they cost so much. With inflation now, you know, it's crazy what models cost. But I like to have a couple cases of those. I don't even care what they are. I'll take them. They're testing their slot cars, because Revell did slot cars too back in the day. And here's some tips. Don Emmons, he's a crazy model builder from back in the day, doing working butterflies for your injector there. Pretty cool. And here is hood pins. I'm sure a lot of us have done that with the sewing needle. There they are. Stick in, and then you run the wire through it. Get a little piece of wire to make the pin. And then here's see some more slot car stuff. You can modify a slot car motor, which is if you're into that, even nowadays you could probably learn from that. Like I say, back then, big stuff, real popular. And here's the part 2 on the editor's 32 Roadster, and there it is, the real car. And they did a pretty good job making the model. Here they're going to tell you how you channel the 1/8 scale car to make it look like the real car. And advantage to that scale is it's a little bit easier to do this stuff too. But there they are, making interior pieces and cutting things up, making the floor, filling in the cowl there, cutting out that for the channel job, I would assume. Man, they did all kinds of stuff on this to make it look like the editor's rig. They even worked on the seats there. I don't know what they're doing, if they're putting cushions in or making the pleats stand out a little bit more. I could read it to you, but we don't want to take that much time. They're making a new firewall because it's channeled, so they got to shorten it, I would assume. And There's some more, making an antenna for it. And man, they're just doing all kinds of cool stuff on this thing. Yeah, I haven't read this one for a while. I have to do some. Of course, that's on the big scale, so you could probably adapt some of it to the 1/25th, 1/24 scale. But really nice model, really nice. Check that out. It's nice to have some color pictures of it in here too. And then here's the part we've seen before where they pick out a real car from Rod and Custom magazine, and then they throw it in the Rod and Custom Models magazine. And then they give you pictures of it, and then they give you an idea on how to build it. And then all those numbers correspond over here with where they're getting the parts from, which is kind of a cool idea. So making a model of a real car. Also, if you owned one too, it'd give you some ideas. Here's some readers models. I like this part because you see some crazy cool stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And the 32, this thing here is really cool. There, I love the nose on that thing, and he opened the doors, which is not fun when you cut it around the A-pillar here. There's a shortened Continental, which is interesting looking. And that's just a really nice, clean, mild custom there. Sprint car, like what we talked about in the last video. My nephew gave me. And more slot car stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are into that. I mean, it's hard not to be. And just everybody, I remember when we were all kids, us old farts, we all had a little slot car track like that. Got it for Christmas or whatever. Set that thing up and run the cars around and around and around. I had a big scale like this, 1/32, 1/25, whatever, and then I went to the HO slot cars and had those for a long time. Here's the sketch pad. Give you some ideas on customizing a 58 Chevy, which is a really neat car. Still have one of those kits I want to build. There's a part 2 of the scratch building the Bugatti. I mean, that's just some crazy work. There's with the real thing, give you some ideas. Some of these guys are just crazy model builders, man. Those are master model builders there. Look at that, just like it looks like it's out of wood. The base engine block is covered with a piece of white pine. It says white pine. I'm not making that up. Carved that from white pine. Man, that's dedicated model builder right there. Wow. Here's the Bellflower Hobby Center. Back in the day, like I say, those slot car tracks were everywhere. Thank God they're coming back a little bit, because that would be fun, especially the 1/24 scale, 1/25 scale tracks. But they make them really, really nice. Got the stands and everything. There's a bunch of guys playing with the cars there. There's some cool videos on YouTube with some slot car tracks and them racing. And here's a dragsters on 1/32 scale, which is pretty cool. Tells you how to make a little dragster out of, I assume, copper tubing or something. If we wanted to waste some more time, we could read it and see. But he's getting there with it, soldering it together. It looks pretty darn good to me. And there we go with it finished. And then he's going to put a dummy top half of a motor over the electric motor to make it look like a real model of a dragster. Pretty cool. And there you go right there. And there it is in color, which is neat to have some colored pictures in here. And somebody built a Big John Masmanian Willys. So that's kind of cool. Oh, and then over here, it's just telling you how he made it, how he built it. Anybody can make these doors open on these old Revell kits. I admire you, as I know Jason can attest to that over there at Blue Ox Model Shop with his Revell pickup. As it's a real challenge. It brings out the patience in you for sure. But he did all kinds of stuff to this thing. A lot of work. Turned out really good though. There's some more stuff what he's doing. The engine and the chassis. He's doing a little upholstery work on it. There he's making his own pleats. That's kind of cool. Check that out. I have to remember that. They're doing the carpet, putting the seats in it. The body's going to sit on there, and he came up with a really nice model. Really nice. And here's some tools for the scratch builder. A lot of basic stuff I'm sure we still use nowadays. Look at that drill there. Yeah, that's a fun one. There are all kinds of pliers, miscellaneous. That's what you use right there when you get frustrated with the model. You get that baby out and you fix it with a couple whacks, and then you move on to the next one. And all the files, a soldering iron, a wood burning tool, little grinder thing there, and a drill. It kind of gives you everything. And here looks like somebody's going to make the Daytona Raceway in miniature, so that's kind of cool. Look at that. That's one awesome racetrack on my bucket list. There's some actual pictures of it. Great pictures. Back in the fun days of stock car racing, that's for sure. And it tells you how to make a little grandstand and the tower. Yeah, it's a pretty cool magazine. There's some more pictures. There's some pictures when they were making it. $50,000 for the spectator viaduct under track leading the infield. Then it tells you how you can make that for your little racetrack setup you got going there. That's a great picture of it right there. Gives you an idea how big that track is. That's just crazy. Just think of how many bleachers go around that thing now because it's grown so much. Wow, that's crazy. And then here's part one of building a Ferrari here. There's a Strombecker kit right there. I used to buy, and then you can just build your own little stock car. And you could just buy bodies and motors. Man, that's crazy stuff back then. There's a little chassis and the motor all set up. And then this magazine's cool because it's got model racing, question and answers by that guy. And then it's got scratch builders, question and answers by that guy. And then it's got Model-Rama, question and answers by that guy. And we've all heard of him. If it focuses. Man, okay. And then you got Automotive East, which I guess you're just talking about building a slot car, because there's a slot car track right there. And some cool little shots of his bench and stuff, and an old model paint can there. Some cool stuff in the background. And then you got a Midwest Auto Modeling, and that's a really nice track there. Damn, that's a lot of work building something like that. And then we're in the West, and check out all those cool trophies and stuff by that guy. And you can get some model shelves. I never noticed that before. That's kind of cool. My dad made me some of those when I was a kid for my room. And there's a custom car. That'd be a neat magazine to get. And there's we went through that one. I think last stroll back in time, trip back in time, whatever. That one would be a cool one to get. Add to our model car library. Alright, guys, this is the last page here. And there's some more old cool magazines from back in the day for everything. There's what's coming next month, and one of our upcoming videos of our trip back in time. We'll probably go through another one of these, because look what's coming up next month. That is just a great picture of some cool old collecting miniatures. Man, look at those. I don't know, Dinky Toys, maybe some Matchbox. I can't remember some of the other names. Man, that is some cool stuff right there. Very cool. All right, that ends another going through an old magazine from 1964. That's a great cover, isn't it? Man, yeah. Now my shoulders and neck and back are killing me. Sitting here in correct posture, holding the magazine, because I have it down here, you know, and I open it up and you guys look at it, you can't see it very well, so I need to get up where you guys can see it. So anyway, I'm gonna call her quits. I'm gonna go build some models and kind of take my mind off crap for a while, and watch some of your guys' videos. That really helps. You guys got some great new stuff I have to catch up on. And I want to thank all my subscribers, like I do every video, because I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. I enjoy showing you guys this old stuff. It's a lot of fun. I like sharing it, and I'm glad you guys watch it, that do watch it. I really appreciate it. If you're just checking this out for the first or second time and you like it, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll see more stuff coming up, and you can go back and look at some of my older videos. And again, there's so many guys out there with awesome channels, and you learn so much, and you see so much, you get so many ideas. It's a real fun group of people to be involved with, and helping each other out and giving ideas and just encouragement, like I got the other day. So I appreciate it. Again, thanks everybody for subscribing. Hope everybody has a great week, and I'll talk to you guys again in a couple days, at least Friday, for Friday morning on Model Cars and Coffee. So we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great week. Bye.